Hello everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Other 99. Today we take a look at a devastating Grixis colored commander deck that features a general I consider to be a rockstar in the Magic world, Thraximundar. Let's take a look. Looking at the numbers on this guy, it's obvious what makes this 6/6 for 7 Voltron general so good. He has haste. This is extremely useful in a Voltron general. He is big and gets bigger. He can connect easier because of his attack trigger. And this trigger also helps clear the board. Thraximundar is a good general for Voltron and control. The deck we're going to look at seeks to combine elements of both of these by being a Voltron deck with a lot of control elements. The most important part of any Voltron deck is bringing those pieces together to make the powerful unit. Godo Bandit Warlord is the Stoneforge Mystic of the deck. But instead of just tutoring equipment and vialing it into play, Godo tutors it up, puts it on the battlefield, and wields it very well if Thraximundar isn't out. Tezzeret the Seeker tutors up not only equipment, but also soul rings and tops and such. His untap ability can make extra mana to help cast Thrax, and he's even stolen a few games with his ultimate. Sword of Feast and Famine gives Thrax protection from the color most likely to have creatures that can trade with him, and also helps the deck ramp. Sword of Fire and Ice helps Thraximundar put even more damage on the board at the high cost of drawing a card. Sword of Light and Shadow gives Thraximundar protection from all that dreaded white removal. The creature recursion is also very helpful. Umezawa's Jitte kills dudes and pumps Thrax for a big general damage swing. Darksteel Plate keeps Thraximundar from getting wrathed away. Loxodon Warhammer gives Thraximundar something he so desperately needs, Trample. The life gain is also very handy, since playing Thrax normally puts a large target on your head. Lightning Greaves are here simply for the Shroud, since Thrax already has haste. This deck is a very expensive general, so it needs some ramp to help things along. Thran Dynamo, Everflowing Chalice, Gilded Lotus, Soul Ring, Ancient Tomb, Solemn Simulacrum. Rooftop Storm is like a conditional mana rock, but when that condition is Thraximundar costs 7 less to cast, that's pretty okay. Also useful because the deck has a zombie sub-theme, so Thrax won't be the only free dude. The deck runs a bit of Countermagic, normally to protect Thrax. Counterspell, Hinder, Cryptic Command. Like any black deck, this EDH has its fair share of tutors. Vampiric Tutor, Demonic Tutor, Mystical Tutor, Liliana Vess, and Tolaria West. Trinket Mage gets Soul Ring, Top, and Everflowing Chalice. Treasure Mage might seem like an odd choice in a deck with so few targets, still Hellkite, Wormcoil Engine, and Mindslaver, but having a tutor on a body is great in a deck with so much equipment to stick on said body. No control deck would be complete without a removal suite. Nevinyrral's Disc gets rid of enchantments, which this deck has a hard time dealing with. Awla's Dust also hits enchantments, but saves your equipment and mana rocks. Tectonic Edge and Strip Mine are necessary in a format filled with powerful lands. Fleshbag Marauder can be recurred, gets around indestructibility, and makes Thraximundar bigger. Red Sun Zenith doubles as both exiling removal and a finisher. Shattering Pulse and Shattering Spree make sure that you're the only one with cool artifacts. Ashes to Ashes is a lot of damage, but it exiles and can clear the way for a hit from Thraximundar. Black Sun Zenith as an adjustable sweeper is awesome, especially one that recycles itself. Nicol Bolas Planeswalker is the ultimate in awesomeness, both in flavor and in play. He pews permanents, steals generals, and wrecks board positions. Spin into Myth is pretty expensive at 5, but it allows you to still tuck generals without hinder, which is very powerful. Suffer the Past is always a nasty surprise for someone looking to abuse their graveyard. Damnation is cheap and efficient. Still, Hellkite can take care of enchantments and token armies, two things that give this deck a lot of trouble, not to mention that it can win the game on its own if you strap some swords onto it. Bajuka Bog for that emergency graveyard removal. Playing blue and black give you something magical. Draw power. Honden of Seeing Winds is Arena for 2 more that doesn't hit you for 1 every turn. Consecrated Sphinx is, well, bonkers. Jace the Mind Sculptor doesn't shine as much here as it does in other formats, but he still helps do a lot of digging. Sensei's Divining Top is awesome in a deck with so many fetch lands and tutors. Phyrexian Arena draws a lot of cards. Like many EDHs, this deck does not regard cards in the graveyard as gone. Rise from the Grave can reanimate Thrax on the cheap. It's also handy when an opponent has an Acidic Slime or an Archon of Justice you need to abuse. Unholy Grotto allows you to repeatedly cast Thraximundar for his original casting cost. It can also get back to the other zombies in the deck. Sheoldred Whispering One is a reanimation spell, removal that makes Thrax bigger, and a great beater when you have an Urborg out. Crucible of Worlds gets back fetches and other utility lands. Mimic Vat helps you have dudes at all times. Geth, Lord of the Vault, and Havengul Lich allow you to steal fun toys from other people's graveyards. This deck runs a few finishers besides Thraximundar. Anathemancer is devastating against multicolored decks. Lightning Reaver is hasty and hits all of your opponents at the same time. It's sort of sad how often he'll eat removal. Wormcoil Engine gives the deck the life gain it so desperately needs and is a sizable beater. Sorin Markov knocks opponents down to 10, which is often enough to allow Thrax to one-shot them. This deck also has a small zombie tribal sub-theme. Since Thrax is a zombie, we can take advantage of some of the cards that the tribe provides for us. Lord of the Undead recurs your zombies, including the General. Cemetery Reaper removes pesky cards in graveyards while making it an army of 2/2 zombies. Undead Warchief makes Thrax cheaper and a lot bigger. Grave Titan can make an army of tokens, which gets huge if any of the zombie lords are out, especially Undead Warchief. The rest of the cards don't really fit into any particular category. Bribery. That Primeval Titan won't steal itself, and if any deck needs that much mana, it is this one. Mindslaver can leave someone open for a lethal attack from Thraximundar. Propaganda is useful in the early game because playing such a powerful general can make you a huge target. Time Stretch gives you 2 extra turns, which is at least 12 more general damage. Underworld Dreams eats away at life totals, and is especially good against opposing Phyrexian Arenas, Jaces, and Consecrated Sphinxes. Maze of Ith, like Propaganda, is to save you from aggro. Manamo Skull at Water's Edge untaps Thrax, so that he can wreck face and then be a boss blocker. Dimir Aqueduct is subpar mana fixing, but is more here to bounce Bojuka Bog than anything else. The rest of the lands are just mana fixing. Badlands, Blood Crypt, Bloodstained Mire, Cascade Bluffs, Command Tower, Croesus' Catacombs, Polluted Delta, Crumbling Necropolis, Dreadship Reef, Graven Cairns, Grixis Panorama, Reliquary Tower, Scalding Tarn, Steam Vents, Sunken Ruins, Underground Sea, Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth, Volcanic Island, Watery Grave, 4 Island, 4 Swamp, and 2 Mountain. Here are some of the weaknesses for the deck. It rolls over to mass land destruction. It has an expensive general. It is very, very mana hungry. It can be easily outraced by very aggressive decks. Here's some strengths for the deck. It has a powerful general that impacts the board as soon as he lands. The deck, although it has a primary Voltron strategy, doesn't lose if someone tucks Thrax. It has a control shell that can be easily meta-tuned. You should play this deck if you like Voltron Commander decks, you like big, scary generals, you like control but still want to win by turning dudes sideways, you want a good deck that still has a lot of flavor, and you like zombies. Thanks for watching this episode of The Other 99. I hope this deck inspires you to build something hard-hitting and heavy-costing, since decks like that can be a blast to play and will win you a lot of games too. If you have a similar build or you took a different direction with Thraximundar, let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching. Oh.